my children, as I told you, these shows are on all throughout the house, and I see him invariably as a guest judge on The Masked Singer or on Ken Jeong's offshoot of I Can See Your Voice. Now my kids are like, Dad, we gotta make sure that we are ready for The Masked Dancer. Okay, and the host of that show, which premieres on Sunday after the NFL on Fox, is none other than Craig Robinson here on the Rich Eisen Show. How are you, Craig?
Hey, how you doing, Rich?
It's a pleasure talking to you, sir. A pleasure.
Likewise. Shout out to your family, man, your kids.
Oh, Craig, you have no idea. I am getting considerable daddy points just merely talking to you right now, Craig.
Right on.
Oh, my gosh. So, is this essentially basically a bunch of famous people masking up similar with the big heads, the big outfits, and just dancing? What is this going to be here? What do we have here, Craig?
That is exactly what it is.
Okay.
Except for they have choreographed dances and they have other dancers around them. So it's actually quite entertaining.
Okay.
Everybody's not, an astute Fred Astaire type or for you younger kids.
Yes.
Everybody's not a great dancer, but it's different levels and it's a lot of fun.
Okay.
I didn't know how they were going to do it with the dancing, and people even ask me, how are you supposed to tell somebody dancing? But the singing is a whole different story.
Right.
But dancing, it's a whole big.
And so they're and then they're gonna just disguise the voices too. Like it's the same thing. It's just instead of singing, it's dancing. That's basically what we got here.
Exactly right. Except for there's some extra clues in the clue package.
Okay.
There's clues in the way that people dance. And there's also when they ask them questions.
Yes.
There's a game we play called Word Up.
Okay.
Where they get one word. Person says one word in their real voice. So you get to hear their real voice, and also the word that they say is a clue. So it's clues all over the place, so it makes it fun and challenging.
All right, who are the judges? Is it similar? Who do we got as the judges, Craig?
The only similar overlap is Ken Jeong.
Of course.
Of course.
Everywhere.
He's
everywhere.
He's everywhere. That's his night on Fox. He's got like 3 shows or whatever.
So, yeah, I mean, because it's funny, Craig, we had Joel McHale on the show recently, and, my kids, again, they can't get enough of Ken Jeong. My children can't get enough of Ken Jeong. So
Ken Jeong connects with the children.
He does.
On another. That's what everybody tells me about their kids. My kids love Ken. So Fox obviously is in tune with that. Speaking of Joel McHale,
yes,
Joel and Ken are hosting New Year's Eve on Fox, and I will be with my band. We'll be like the house band.
Okay.
So check that out. But to finish the question, let me just say
yes.
The rest of the judges are Brian Austin Green,
okay,
Ashley Tisdale,
okay,
and Queen Paula Abdul.
Oh, okay. So that she's kind of like a legacy for shows like this in a way on Fox. All right, so.
Exactly.
I gotcha. And Brian Austin Green, I believe, was a Masked Singer. Spoiler alert. And so I will, again, ask you the same question I asked Joel McHale. Craig, my children are 12, 9, and 7. At what point do I show them Ken Jeong hopping out of the back of the car in The Hangover? At what point do I tell them about it? What do I do?
I would say it's a 12-year-old, a boy or girl?
It's a boy.
Okay. So in 3 years, he can watch
3.
The rest of them got to wait.
I don't even have the heart to tell him. You know what I mean? Like that it happened. You know what I mean? I just can't even tell him,
Hey, Rich.
Yeah, Craig.
Look, let me give you watch this video called "What's It Gonna Be" with Ken Jeong.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna get to see a whole other side of him. Not hangover-esque, but it's fun. It's funny. But it is a risque song. Uh-oh.
All right. Well, just make sure that the YouTube filters are on prior to me checking that one out. Okay. Very, very good.
Do that.
Okay. Very, very good. And when is it appropriate to show them the hot tub time machine? Craig, what do you think about that one?
That's gonna have to be a college graduation gift. Y'all just sit around after.
I've got Craig Robinson here on the Rich Eisen Show. Okay, so you're a South Sider, correct? You're a South Sider from the great city of Chicago. Is that correct?
That's correct, sir.
Okay, you're a 49-year-old man, so I imagine the Last Dance that was on during the spring about the Jordan years, that speaks to you. I imagine that whole...
That was must-see viewing. I haven't made an appointment to watch something on television, and I don't know how long.
Right.
But that was absolutely must-see viewing. We and it was mid-pandemic, right in the pandemic. So
right.
We would meet at my buddy's house in social distance. It was the weirdest, funnest time.
I mean, what about just that team just going through it and, obviously knowing what the Bulls were and what they have since become and what they are. That is just what a run. That is one of the greatest sports teams of all time. Did you go to any games at the old, obviously United Center, but obviously Chicago Stadium? Did you attend any of those games?
What a gut check to find out that they had another year they could have been together.
I know.
What a slam in the gut that was. It was like, what? I went to one game at Madison Square. I'm sorry, what's it called?
In the
Chicago Stadium.
Yeah, in the old Chicago Stadium, yeah.
I went to one game, and the exact game it was, Jordan, they were playing the Hawks. So Spud Webb was the current dunk champion. Jordan was coming back. It was the first game back from his, I think he had broke his foot or something. It was a foot injury.
Uh-huh.
Whatever he did to his foot. His first came back, and I remember Spud Webb, again, current dunk champion, got a fast break. And, I mean, we were all just like bated breath, and he laid it up. And, I remember that.
Oh, my gosh. That was before, obviously, all the championship years. I mean, that was at the very birth of all of it. Exactly. And so what about your game, Craig? Do you have any basketball game? Because I'm kind of leading towards one of my favorite scenes in the history of The Office, which was the pickup basketball game on the loading dock.
Hey, I watched a scene, I think a 10-minute scene of that recently, and I forgot I hit that long jumper off the backboard. So that was it was a line drive, but
right.
I hit it, baby.
So that was it. That was for real. That wasn't planned. That was just like tee it up, let it fly, Craig Robinson, and then just like, okay, we'll keep that. Is that how that works?
Bro, that's exactly what we were just playing. That's what made it even more fun.
No way. Really?
Yeah.
Seriously, walk me through that scene. Walk me through the scene, Craig. Seriously, start to finish here.
Here's one of the things that, first of all, did they show the part? They showed when when Michael Scott threw the ball all the way down the court and hit, right? That happened. There was one scene where I was supposed to make the shot and then come and me and Patrice O'Neal give each other like a celebratory cool handshake. So I missed the jumper twice. Yeah, I did. I just laid it in and did that. But, it was all just playing back and forth, man, just and getting whatever they could.
You can't tell me, though, that Leslie David Baker, who played Stanley, really dribbles like that, though, right? Was that? What do you think?
Pretty sure that's how he dribbles.
No, come on. No. That had to be like, let's figure out a way for Stanley to dribble like that. Are you serious? That's how he dribbles?
That's all I remember. I don't remember him ever holding the ball and actually dribbling correctly. And so that's all I ever saw. He might have been adding something to it with putting his hand behind his back and stuff.
One of the greatest handles of all time. One of the greatest handles of all time.
In my day, I was more of a rebounder.
Okay.
Take it back up strong.
Okay, you're more of an Oakley guy, is what you're saying, to go real old school here. You're more of an Oakley guy, and you didn't have your handle. Oh my gosh, that was just. I'm just wondering where they just came up with the idea of let's have a pickup basketball game, and let's just do it. That had to be that's incredible.
I mean, I can just imagine what the writers will be doing today. Can you imagine a Zoom office meeting? Us working from home? Oh my God! Can you imagine what would Creed's background be in his house? It'd be like he accidentally see the Dexter table or whatever it is.
Which character would forget that they left the camera on and they thought the camera was off? Which one would that be?
Creed. Meredith. Meredith is there with topless or pulling a Jeffrey Tubin. Who knows what's going
I think we've just come up with something, Craig. I got to be honest with you, at least for charity. You know what I mean? I think we just came up with something here.
and it'll be different than the table reads. A lot of people are doing these table reads.
Right.
We could actually do an episode.
Like a new one, an office Zoom, Dunder Mifflin Zoom meeting.
My goodness.
Oh, my God. I think we just stumbled on something because you do it, right? For charity, you do it. Of course you do it, right?
I would do it in a heartbeat.
I mean, what do you think of when you watch these episodes back? I'm sure you've just stumbled across them every now and then.
It just takes you, back down memory lane. It's I don't usually watch them, but then when like you said, when I do, the other day, I probably watched 5 in a row, just accidentally. I was in Atlanta and just in the hotel room, and they were running on Comedy Central, I think. And the next thing you know, I'm just stuck watching The Office. Like, wow, this is crazy.
Wow, it's great.
It's an honor to be a part of that. I look at the ones and I'm like, I've always felt like, man, what in the world? How did I get on this? I'm looking at the ones I'm not on. Like, This is amazing. This show is amazing. So yeah, man, I love it. And to see that kids are, people are like, oh yeah, this is my 3rd time watching it all the way through, or kids are, finding it. It's super dope, man.
Well, I mean, again, and Craig Robinson here on the Rich Eisen Show, and you're just stone-faced look, okay, where you would just stare at anybody who was saying the most hilarious things. I mean, did you ever break? I mean, at any point in time?
There was some breakage for sure.
Breakage.
But that's one of the things about the show that I truly loved is that I got to play deadpan because I love that kind of humor. The Leslie Nielsen, Peter Sellers, Harvey Korman, people like that. The straight man, I love that.
Leslie Nielsen, Harvey Korman. Those are great names you just named right there, Craig. That's great.
And I would see those guys and just that, and that's what would draw me. I'm seeing that, how are you staying serious through all this ridiculousness, So that's always been I've been drawn to that.
Well, I mean, again, I think you're 49. I'm 51, so we're of the same age. You're mentioning Harvey Korman from the Carol Burnett Show, and he would crack up all the time. Like he could not keep a straight face ever. Certainly, like when Tim Conway was doing his thing. So, who was the one who was?
This is a wicked.
Exactly, and there's a great. Everyone should look up the dentist sketch from that. Is a perfect example if you want to go to YouTube. So, who was the one that was easiest to crack up then? From The Office.
Oh, the easiest. Oh, God, let me see.
Who just couldn't keep it together?
Oh, God, I can tell you that Oscar was the one that was hard. He like everybody would try to get Oscar. He was hard to get, but you know what? Rain and Jim, Dwight and Jim.
Yes.
They would be busting all the time.
Is that right? I love it.
All the time, yeah.
I love it.
Think about it, like they really got to be the silliest,
right?
Especially Dwight. So he would be doing these crazy things. Like I remember one time he was doing on a tightrope, and he was trying to balance, and the tightrope just kept going back and forth, and then he would just crack up. So we would have to do it again. But yeah, Rain would crack up pretty good.
Craig Robinson here on the Rich Eisen Show. The Masked Singer, after its premiere this Sunday, the show is going to move to Wednesdays at 8 on Fox, starting on Wednesday, January 6th. The Masked Dancer, I knew I would screw that up once. The Masked Dancer premieres this Sunday after NFL on Fox. And again, it starts Wednesdays at 8 Eastern on Fox after the calendar turns to 2021 on Wednesday, January 6th. Congrats on the gig. And I will be there. I will be watching. My kids will. They honestly... Because I'm imagining you're right there on a Wednesday night, which my kids are used to watching Fox for The Masked Singer and everything else. So, congrats on The Masked Dancer.
Hey, thank you so much, Rich. It's a pleasure talking to you.
Right here. Let's stay in touch. That's Craig Robinson here on the Rich Eisen Show at Mr. Craig Robinson on both Twitter and Instagram. Hey, you watched all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Watch more right here.